And he's live. Maria, can you hear me or are you really deaf? I'd be curious. Um, a lot of people probably, I don't believe, know this because I don't think I've ever said it before. I know Joe Bob knows this because he's known me since I was young. But I have like 97%. Oh, I have like 97% hearing loss in my right ear. And I'm glad you can hear me. And Maria, praise God, it's a miracle. So, everybody, I see a lot of people are in here. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, but literally, right as 7 o'clock rolled on, um, my lead from work called. Needed to share some things with me before I came back in tomorrow, and I'm like, oh boy, so it's going to be a fun one tomorrow. So, all right, Joe Bob is here. Let's see. Actually, Sweets and Beyond, Joe Bob, Sarah Z, William Brooklyn, holding the chat crew down. Maria's here. And let's see. I think Jindy. I know I saw Jindy and Daisy Girl. There they are. Jindy and Daisy Girl are here. Yep. Um, so, hello, everybody. Curry, it's always nice to have you here, and along with everybody else. Thank you all for coming and being here again. Fancy Feast, welcome back. So nice to see you. Yeah, today was the day. I had to get some personal things taken care of, but everything was great, and yeah, then handling some work stuff, but that's okay. I love the people I work with, and I love my job. So, I cannot complain, and I won't complain because I like my people. All right, so um, let's talk about it. Has anybody noticed any changes recently? I've noticed a big one about me and the channel. The channel name has changed and my handle has changed. So, come on, I'm waiting for it to load. I promise it load. Oh no. Having trouble connecting. Okay. Okay, there it goes. All right. Hopefully, you all can hear me now. So, I'm making some changes to the channel. First thing started with my handle and what we're going to be known as now. So, it's going to be Cruising in Cancer with Patrick and Friends. I would love to have more nights like last night where people come up on panel. People come up on panel. We have a great time with each other. Lots of laugh, lots of positivity. So much fun last night, and the chat was wow. The chat was so participative last night. You always have been, but last night we were on fire. So I just love that, and it made me so happy. Hey, Party Rock, welcome back. So yeah, cruising in cancer with Patrick and friends. So for those of you who do lives and see me come in to, I'll always come in and say hi. Can't promise I can stay the whole time because I am pretty busy in my life, but I'll at least come in, say hi, hit the thumbs up, and show you support and get your channel at least a watch. So yeah. Uh, we found out I was a troublemaker in school. Well, I will share one story. This is when I was in elementary school, second grade. I think. Yes, definitely second grade. Um, the way my teacher, when she gave us tests, when we were done, we brought them over to a desk on the side of the room and just left them there. So I will never forget. I cheated one time and I brought my test over and then went back to my desk and erased a few things and changed the answers. You know, not even thinking, well, I hope the person who left their paper here was smarter than me. But that's what I did. And my teacher caught me. And I was immediately brought to the principal's office. And who do you think they called? My mom and dad. Oh, so, I wasn't scared being in trouble at school. Like that was back in the day. I went to a private Christian school. They could paddle us. Yeah, William Brooklyn. They could paddle us. They had one of those paddles back. I mean, we're talking about like 83. Well, not 83, maybe like 85. And yeah, they could paddle us if they wanted to at the school, but they didn't. I had never been in trouble before. This was my first time. But I'll never forget when my parents picked me up in the car line. When I got in that car, I started bawling because I knew they had been called and I knew they probably told the school they would be taking care of everything once we got home. Um, Parents never hit me, never abused me, nothing like that. Um, but I got a pop on the butt every once in a while uh, when I misbehaved, and I deserved it. But I'll never forget my dad put me over his knee. I was not, I can't say I wasn't scared. I was crying. I was crying my butt off because I knew what was about to happen. I was about to get a spanking. And he just let me cry and cry and cry. And then he didn't give me a spanking. He told me, I think you've learned your lesson. So, so never cheated again, but I'll never forget that. That would probably be the only time I was ever in trouble at school. And other than that, I was a good kid. I really was. So, so yeah, William Brooklyn. I'm sorry. Now, when they hit you, did they take the ruler across your knuckles? Always curious about that. Yeah. All right. I figured. Yep. Yes, sir. Oh, poor things. Yeah. Get those bloody knuckles. Hey, Cornhole, welcome in. Thank you for coming back. So yeah, all right. So changes to the channel. Obviously, I changed the handle. Um, I'm not sure. Let me take a look at something here. If you're looking for me, you can look for me by cruising in Cancer with Patrick and friends, but I still have the at glioblastoma warrior on my profile as well. So this way we're not just talking about cancer all the time. That's nobody ever wants to hear that day after day. But I'm still going to update you on all the great progress that I'm making when I have appointments, infusions, whatever I have. So I'll continue to do that. William Brooklyn, you don't have to worry. I'm still going to be here, or not necessarily inspiring you, but making you happy with with my positivity. So yeah, so not a lot's changing, but we are definitely going to change that, and I am going to be pushing more um, to to get followers and get views and different things like that. I've never really cared about that. That's never, I don't want to say care about it, but that's never been a high priority for me. But I think, I love doing this. I really love doing this. And I would love if our community grew. So we were at 506 or 507 the last time I checked. Yay, Maria's cooking chat. I like it. Hey, Babs, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Joe, I like it. Party time. But yeah, so we're at 506, 507. I forget where it was the last time I checked. So, I'd love to get that up to 550, and then we'll keep then we'll keep trying to grow more and more. And I'm going to be, sharing. I share on not LinkedIn. Listen to me on Instagram. I have my own TikTok page, but maybe I'll start not advertising, but start pushing this channel on there as well. There's a good cancer community on TikTok, especially for glioblastoma. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I want to reach more people. I want people to hear my story, hear my positivity. Everybody's dealing with something, and every night when I go to bed, I pray, especially for everybody that comes in the chat, and I pray to God saying, I don't know what everybody's going through, but everybody's going through something, and I ask Him to show you the path to where He's trying to lead you. So that is literally every night before I go to bed. You guys are all part of my prayers, and makes me happy to do that because I really appreciate the uplifting that you give me every day. So I love being able to pray for everybody in this chat. Amamoto, Mikey, what's up, buddy? How's it going, bud? Hope all's well. And I'd like to share a story about Mikey here. There's somebody in my family who is an incredible lacrosse player. Just incredible lacrosse player. And they were offered and accepted a scholarship to go to Notre Dame and play lacrosse. I love my family, and I'm just so proud of this person. And I can't wait for a couple of years when they are showing the country what they're able to do in lacrosse. So down in Florida, lacrosse has never been a big sport. It's starting to pick up now because people are realizing we've got great athletes in Florida. Why can't that work in lacrosse? Well, it does. So the Florida schools, the University of Florida started up a club women's program not too long ago, and it's been developing and developing. They're a pretty darn good program. They've now moved from club lacrosse to NCAA lacrosse. And Florida State's starting theirs, and the University of South Florida, which is here in Tampa, this is their first year playing club lacrosse. And it's just amazing how it's catching on, and that makes me so happy because forever it was Baltimore and up all the way into the Northeast. That is where lacrosse was very, very big and very popular. Hey, Georgie, thank you and your friends for coming in. I appreciate you coming. It's nice to see you again. So I'm super excited. Yeah, I believe it's a tough sport. But I do wish there's two sports I wish were very big in Florida especially the Tampa area when I was growing up. Unfortunately, they weren't. So ice hockey's one of them. Hockey wasn't here until 20 years ago, and that was at the major league level at the NHL. Um, we never had high school hockey, youth hockey. We never had any of that. But that and lacrosse are the two sports I wish we had when I was growing up because I would have loved it. And people always laugh at me. They're like, you just want to play the games where you can swing a stick at somebody for no reason. I said, that's probably right. Yep. And I can check them with my stick, or if I'm playing hockey, I can push them up against the boards and smash their face into the boards. So, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, rugby. Gosh, we don't have that down here. But yeah, rugby rugby is a whole different world. You get people breaking noses and bone, like legs and arms in the game, and eh, maybe I'll just, I'll take a second, stand on the sideline, and then I'm back in knocking the tar out of somebody. It's crazy. It really is crazy. So I'm like, what in tarnation's going on? But yeah, rugby is a rough sport. I think I would have been okay at it because I'm pretty wide built. I can get in there and scrum with the best of them. But yeah, rugby is nuts. I laugh when NFL players are out with like a sprained ankle or a turf toe. That's the one that cracks me up. Turf toe. And you got these rugby players out here knocking each other's blocks off, getting concussions left and right, and they keep going. They don't care. They're the tough ones. They're tough. But yeah. So you know, good little talk about sports, especially because Gator wrestling with Maria. There you go. I mean, Maria, all you have to do is go outside, and the Gators are probably there. I think I saw another story from down south that person woke up with a gator in their house. It got through their doggy door. It's crazy. You wake up and you got this alligator in your kitchen. How fun would that be? Just don't step on it. So yeah. But speaking of sports, it is my favorite time of the year. Um, Yeah, Jack Youngblood. Of course, you had to throw that in. He's a Gator. But yeah, it's my favorite time of the year. March Madness, men and women's basketball. I could watch that. Well, I will be watching it all month until it's over. So tomorrow my favorite team Duke plays. My buddy Joe Bob there, his favorite team. The Florida University Gators play, um, and hopefully lose. But but no, it's always a great time. I love getting together with people and watching it up at a sports bar. You got 4 or 5 games going at one time, and there's always at least one good close game. So it's a lot of fun, especially when friends are around. So yeah, so the big changes obviously changed the name, and I am hoping we can. Who's your team, Party Rock? I gotta know. But I am hoping to grow the channel some. We still need the watch hours, so if anybody during their day has time, I just ask that you go back. I actually have some. I have a couple of playlists now. St. John's, Babs. Nice. So yeah. Oh, look at you, Party Rock, Grand Canyon University. Yep, go Antelopes. So one thing that people are shocked at, is I know almost all of the college mascots. I've been watching and studying college sports for so many years, and playing college football video games, college basketball video games. So I will never forget. I was a trainer when I first started my career. I was a Medicare and Medicaid trainer for a company, and it was amazing because there was a lady in there. Her name was Rhonda, and we were just talking sports. And it came up in the class. I'm like, yeah, I can name any mascot for any school. She's like, I bet you can't. I'm like, well, okay. Tell me IUPUI. I said, the Jaguars. You really try me with that? And she goes, holy crap, you weren't kidding. I said, I told you. I know him. But I found one that in this tournament that I didn't know. I think it was Southeast Illinois University or something like that. I'd never heard of the school for one. After watching them play, I understand that the conference tournament winner automatically gets a bid to the tournament, but this team had no business playing basketball. I don't think they could have beat Sisters of the Poor. They were so bad. It might have been one of the worst basketball teams I've seen. But they were the Cougars, I learned. So I'll never forget that now. Oh, what's my thought on this pickleball thing? I think pickleball is a lot of fun, but I was always a tennis player. I always loved playing tennis. But pickleball is fun. I really enjoy it. What am I to you? That's who the Gators play too often. But yeah, let's see. So I saw, yeah, Grand Canyon. I love that. I actually have well, she's not a friend, more of an acquaintance from church who was one of the athletic trainers for Grand Canyon's women's volleyball program. So her name is Rachel, and she was pretty awesome and still is. But she was a heck of a little basketball player. Give her tons of credit for that. Babs, going back to the Red Storm, St. John's. I actually like St. John's to pull some upsets in this tournament, not just because of their coach, although their coach is amazing, but yeah, very cool stuff. Vault, I am so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. I know it's not your first time in here, but I'm so happy you're here. It is so nice to see you pop up. And, I miss you. I miss you a bunch. Wow. Thanks, Bald Cat. I appreciate that so much. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying with the watch hours, the only way we're going to get our watch hours out, and we've gone up by well over 100 hours in just a couple days. We were at like 312, and the last I checked, we were in the 400s. I was like, already? That's crazy. Because we're not talking about seconds or minutes. We're talking about hours. My analytics tells me we're up 311 watch hours. That's pretty amazing. So right now we are sitting at 423. So yeah, that's about right, 111. So we need 3,000 to really get this channel kicking and moving, and I just think I think that's doable. I know it's doable. So at any time, if you have time, like I was saying earlier, I created some playlists. There's right now only 3 playlists. Actually, there's 4. There's non-cancer related. There's 8 of these live shows in there. I have cruise specific chats. There's 3 in there. And then I've got any of my brain cancer talks, whether it be my diagnosis, my surgery, going through the different treatments, chemo, radiation, and whatnot. And then I have a Buster one. You're probably not going to see me. There's only 2 videos in there. And I think one's a short, if I'm not mistaken. So you're not going to see me doing much with that. Just because it's tough on me. I miss the guy so much. He meant everything to me. So yeah. And thank you, Maria. I agree. So yeah, if you don't mind bringing up a playlist, and putting on, I don't care if you put it on mute, put it on mute. Just let it run in the background. All those hours count up. So I've been doing that. I've only done it on one device last night. But I'm going to do probably 2 or 3 devices tonight, just running the playlist. So yeah, I'm very happy with this channel, and especially the community we've built. That is such a great thing. Hello, genuinely Jen. Thank you for coming in. It's nice to see you again. I appreciate you being here. And if you haven't seen, folks, this is the shirt I had created. Eventually, I'm going to be putting in a big order on them. Just kind of if you're interested in it. The shirts are about, I would say if you're in the Tampa area, between the t-shirt cost, the graphic costs, it comes to $25 a shirt. And then if I have to ship it, I shipped 2 more this week, and they were about $9 a piece. So you're looking at $34, $35 shipped to you. And so, if anybody's interested, you don't have to say anything now, because I'm not ready to put a big order in. I'm getting rid of the first 20 some odd I had. So getting those delivered and all that good stuff. So, Party Rock, depending on when you're in the Daytona area, we might be able to catch up. Joe, you up for a trip to the Daytona area since you just got back from there? Yes, you were. Hey, I'm always up for a trip to the Daytona weekend, or I'm sorry, to the Daytona area, because that gives me a reason to go to Buc-ee's. There is one smack dab in Daytona, right by the racetrack. Not a racetrack, gas station, by the actual Daytona Speedway. And yeah, Daytona Beach is amazing. And I believe you can still drive on it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but you used to be able to drive on it. So I'm loving it. Yes, Vault, I love Buc-ee's so much. I never thought, when I heard it was a gas station, I'm like, you're nuts talking so highly about a gas station. Then I went in there and I was like, this is amazing. And one of the most impressive things about Buc-ee's, they're always packed. I mean, we're talking about sometimes elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder packed all times of the day. And they keep their bathrooms spotless, absolutely spotless. It's like a Wawa on steroids. I say they're miniature Walmarts, because they sell everything. I saw somebody, I think it was you, Joe. The candied pecans are so good. Yep, the candied pecans are so good. They are smoking briskets all day and all night long. And when you go there, yes, the bathroom is sparkling clean. Clint is correct. If I would never do it, but being in a couple of Buc-ee's and seeing their restrooms, if I dropped something on the floor, I would have no problem eating it. Party Rock Pebble says their barbecue is good. There it is, sweets. Yep, when you hear fresh brisket on the board, they yell it out in their barbecue area, and they are doing sliced brisket sandwiches. They're also doing pulled brisket sandwiches. I personally like the pulled brisket sandwich over the sliced brisket, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. If I get to a Buc-ee's, I'll do a live tour of Buc-ee's. But they sell everything. They sell all kinds of food items. They have a wall of beef jerky, all different kinds um, of beef jerky. I love pulled on an onion roll with slaw. Party Rock, that sounds like a Carolina barbecue sandwich to me. And I like coleslaw on a sandwich. So I have no problem with that. Yep, their homemade chips are good. They're beaver chips, as they call them. They also make these things. I think they taste like corn pops, like the cereal corn pops. But they're very popular. They're called beaver nuggets, and the beaver nuggets are great. Yes, beaver nuggets, Joe. Sorry, Jen. They're starting to spread out. Um, I actually had one of their smoked turkey breast sandwiches, and I agree, sweets. They were good. It's not my favorite. I still like the brisket, but oh man, slice the potato very thin, Jen, and fry it in oil or in a deep fryer, whatever. That's how you make a homemade chip. But you gotta slice that potato super thin. Yep, fresh and warm. Yep. But so then going on from the wall of beef jerky, you've got a counter section. The counter section has all kinds of things like cinnamon rolls. Um, I forget what they call the things, but they're like a rolled up sandwich type thing. Some have pepperoni, some have kolaches or something like that. I don't know how to say it, but it is spelled like that. Kolache. I said I don't know how you say it. Party Rock. I don't know if they have dill beef jerky there. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. They have like 40 different flavors of beef jerky. Um, as hot as you want. They've got Reaper pepper jerky. Then they got as mild as you want, like sweet stuff, teriyaki, sweet hickory barbecue, regular beef jerky with no flavorings on it. Like I said, the wall is just full of bags of beef jerky. It's amazing. No, they don't have yuca, thank God. One thing they do right. But yeah, so once you get past the cabinets, then there's fresh beef jerky in there that you can order by um, by the pound, and you just tell them what kind you want. You can mix and match. And then Sweets and Beyond just brought it up. Then they have a pre-packaged section. So yes, if you're on the way to the beach, if you're on the way to an outing for the day, they have all kinds of pre-packaged stuff. All types of salads like potato salad, pasta salad. They have puddings. They've got like banana pudding in a cup or other stuff. It's crazy. I can't name it all because it's crazy. They have everything, and this is just the food section. Then they have like a grocery section that has all kinds of bulk candy and um, potato chips, like Pringles. Like that's the one thing they have that that's what you would find in a normal grocery store, but most of the other stuff is not. And then they have a whole clothing section. Some of it's their stuff. Others are different brands of clothing stuff, but it's clothes, it's t-shirts, it's jeans, it's funny shirts. Like they got some really funny shirts. Um, oh gosh, I can't even think. Then they have like collectible stuff. Um, I I don't know how to explain it all. It's just truly amazing. Um, so yeah, if you've never been to a Bucky's and you have one close, it's worth the trip to say you've been to one. Jen, even though you don't have a Bucky's, you guys have jungle gyms, right? In Ohio? Oh, Kansas, Arkansas. I'm not watching. Yeah, wall art. Yep. They've got wall art. Wow. Yeah. So I've never been to a jungle gyms, but I've seen somebody go to it, and I'm like, holy crap, this place is nuts. They've got like 500 different sodas you can try. Now, some of the sodas sound disgusting. They're bottled. They're made to look like old-fashioned sodas, but still, it's crazy. Yeah, I hope they give you guys a Bucky's because they're pretty cool, pretty amazing. But if you ever come to Florida, we have two. One in St. Augustine, so that's a cool place because it's haunted and it's historic. It's very old. So ghost tours, all kinds of stuff like that. Um, but there's one in St. Augustine, and then there's one in Daytona. Ooh, Jelly Bellies. It wouldn't surprise me if Bucky's had a bunch of jelly, like like a ton of flavors of Jelly Bellies. Yep, and Ocala is going to be where the third one is. But I'm sorry, Sweets and Beyond. As much as I like Bucky's, uh, I have to go somewhere else. Oh, Beverly, yuck! That is the worst. So, Joe Bob, if you're still here, what's the reason to go to Ocala besides buying a horse? Yeah, Beverly is awful. Ugh. Bojangles, yes. We don't have any Bojangles closer than Ocala. And so if I'm in Ocala, I have to stop in for a spicy chicken biscuit or pork chop biscuit, something, and some potato rounds. It is. Ocala is definitely being built up. Yeah, I know, sweets. That made me sad. I miss it. We used to have one in Tampa and it closed up too. So, uh, yeah, Jen Ocala. Well, I mean, you're not far from Kentucky, so I'd rather go to Kentucky for a horse. But Ocala has a lot of good race horses, and just a lot of good horses in general come from Ocala. Oh, those potato rounds are so delicious. I agree. Mm, gosh, I need me a Bojangles. Joe, you want to go to Ocala this weekend? Just kidding. Yeah, that's pretty true. Red Barn Buffet. What is that? I never heard of that, Joe. Well, Jen, I'd ride a horse instead of drive a car. Grass and hay is cheaper than gas. Phew, that's for sure. It's like a tater tot with an onion. Yep, it is good. Okay, Joe. Well, I guess I'm not going to the Red Barn buffet if it's terrible. My mom was always pregnant. I always got a horse and named it the name she liked and wanted to name my sibling. That's cool. Then the name was taken and she couldn't use the name of my sibling. That is hilarious, Party Rock. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Oh, man. So, yes, I know we get off on the food tangent. I obviously like to eat, so nothing wrong with that. But yeah. So tomorrow evening, I plan on being at my favorite sports bar, Thomas P's, here in Tampa. It's local, and yep, I'll be there to watch the games. Thanks, Joe Bob. It's nice that you were able to make it again. How's the fam doing today? What Disney park were they at today? I would braid my horse's mane. I think that's awesome. So I had a friend, almost a business partner, that I knew up in North Carolina. They did Epcot and got home around 3. Okay, wow, good time. Very nice. So um, this buddy of mine, his daughter is big into equestrian and horse jumping, all of those things. So they have 4 horses in their barn, and she is being trained by um like they're paying for her to get training because she's really good. It's not just something she just loves to do. Like her goal is to be in the Olympics. So they pay this guy who was just in these past Olympics over in Paris. He's actually been in the last 4 Olympics for all of the horse jumping and dressage, all that stuff for equestrian. And so he's training the daughter, and she's been going to some serious events and doing very well. So, man, I love that because she's really into it and she loves her horses. So I'm hoping that continues because I'd love to see her, um, you know, have her dream come true of getting in the Olympics. So Party Rock had a horse named Mark, Jasmine, Courtney, etc. Nice. And that could not be your sibling. So they were horses. That's awesome. All right. Well, we've been live 48 minutes, 15 people still here. That's amazing. I appreciate you all for doing that. Every second watched is closer to the 4,000 goal, 4,000 hour goal. So I really appreciate that. If anybody has a channel in here, feel free to drop your channel. And I ask anybody who's a subscriber to my channel, if somebody drops a channel link and you don't follow that person and you want to follow that person, go to their channel and give them a follow. Because I can tell you, everybody that has a channel that I'm aware of in here, they have helped by dropping my link into their channel or onto their community tab. So, all right, Party Rock, off to the Paint My Dollhouse Foundation. I love it. Make sure it's nice and pretty. Don't want any mistakes. So everybody have an amazing night, wonderful night. Um, well, she's got a channel, and I've gone in there. I've had fun. So yeah, Maria, feel free, drop it. Or if you can send it to me, I'll post it on my community tab. So, everybody, hope you had a good Friday Eve today. Tonight is number 4 of 5 for those chemo pills that I'm taking. So far, no issue, and I'm not anticipating any, but just 2 more left in this 5th cycle, and then 1 more month to go. So, everybody have a great Friday tomorrow. We will be live with something. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but appreciate you coming here. And for those I see tomorrow night, I'll see you then. So God bless. Love you all and see you tomorrow. Have a good night.